Hey everyone, welcome back to the Apollo Community Cast. I hope our viewers are having a productive and positive day. Without further ado, let's jump into today's episode. So today I'm going to be talking about how to view the internet through a series of metaphors, and then right after that I'm going to jump into kind of what can be viewed as digital real estate and how to make your mark on the internet and build your mark throughout time as time goes on through consistent content. So the first is going to be the set of metaphors. We're going to think that through on one side, you're going to have things that we're all familiar with, and then on the other side, it's also going to be what we're familiar with. But I'm going to compare them and kind of connect them completely. So one is going to be equal to another, so to speak. So the first one that we're going to think of is the world. So the world can be viewed as the entire internet itself. So that's the World Wide Web, essentially. We can view that as the entire framework of the internet itself. And the world is just everything in totality. That's every website and every single platform. So, since the world itself is connected to the internet, we're going to go a little bit deeper on the abstraction. So, the next layer is countries. So, countries can be compared to different websites or different platforms. That's kind of Web 2.0. But of course, those countries exist on the world, or those websites exist within the internet itself. And so we're going to go a bit deeper, like a little bit magnified or abstracted. So within those states, you can then go, within the country, you can then go to states, of course. So the state is going to be within the platform or within the website, and you can think of that as like a genre of content. So it's still within the platform, so it's still within the website, but it's a genre of content, like a little bit zoomed in. So then a little bit deeper, we're going to go to the city. So the city is within the state, of course, and it's also within the country, and it's within the world. And so the city can be viewed as the certain community, and communities exist on individual creators' pages. So for example, Apollo Art Exchange, it has a page, and that exists as the community itself. So we can see that page as kind of like a city. And within the city, you have different avenues, and those avenues have posts. Each post in this metaphor is going to be viewed as like a house. So the post exists on the creator's page in the same way that the house exists within the city. So these are kind of like containers, you can put those in containers essentially. So going a bit deeper, you have your houses, and so people scroll past content on, let's say, we're going to use Instagram for this example. So Instagram exists as the country, it's the entire platform. But the country or the website or the platform is still on the worldwide net website, the World Wide Web, or the world itself, of course, in the abstraction. So if Instagram is the entire country, we're going to go a bit deeper. Then the state exists as different genres of content. Let's say art is the genre, and so within art you have different cities or different creators, and so you have Apollo on there. So Apollo could be a city in and of itself, and each creator that we or each piece that we've showcased can exist as a house within that city or within the creator's page. So people scroll past these houses and they can then click on the house to inspect it a bit deeper or click on the post to inspect it a bit deeper. So it's both the same in the analogy. So whenever you go into the house, that's when you're clicking on the post. And what you see is there's a lot of rooms inside this house depending on how many comments are on the post. So each comment can be seen as kind of on the door, inviting you to go into the room and see the replies that have been written to that post. And you're probably asking yourself, why am I using a room as the abstraction? And because whenever you enter the room, you can then write on the walls. And what I mean by that is whenever you write something on a social media platform or just any website and you're adding to it, it never goes away. So you're writing on the walls. Everyone's writing a book every second. And so that's really the whole metaphor for that first part of the podcast. So what you can view that as, the world is the whole internet. The country is the certain platform or website you're on. The state or the province can be seen as the genre of content on the platform, and then you can see different cities within that state or province as creators. And then within that, you have houses, which exist as posts. And within a post, you have comments, which exist as rooms. So with that in mind, we can now think of digital real estate. And so what I mean by digital real estate is that when people are scrolling on social media, they are scrolling past posts which take up certain space. And so if we connect that to the analogy I've been explaining, then that also means that they are walking past houses. And people who have more posts have more houses on the block, or more houses that people are more likely to see, or more posts on the certain genre of content they're scrolling by. This is most evident in hashtags, obviously. So people who have the most posts, who have created the most content on a certain hashtag, take up more space on the screen of that platform because they have the most relevant content posted by quantity. So that's what I mean by digital real estate. Whenever you are on a new platform, whether it's a website, Web 2.0, or a blockchain, Web 3.0, you are adding houses to the block or the street every single day, every single second, whether you're creating content, just however speed. So what I'd suggest to creators is, number one, focus on the substance, not the reach. Because you can reach as many people as you want, but if there's not substance there, you won't get very far. You'll get a little bit of interaction, but not much. So what I'd say is focus on the substance and then the quantity of good substance. So post a lot, but it needs to be real. It needs to be meaningful. It needs to have some purpose behind the post itself. And so what I say is start building houses on the block. Start posting, posting, posting as much as you can. Because each new post is a house on the block. And you should get your real estate in early. Because when the train comes and the people show up, it's best to have your tracks laid and your houses built for the community to exist in a meaningful kind of system. So they can interact with as many houses or as many posts as they'd like. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. And I'd really love to know what anyone thinks of that. Just been thinking about it a lot. Finally had the confidence to say something on it. And yeah, hope y'all enjoyed. Wow, you made it to the end of today's episode. Thanks for listening. If you'd like to learn more about crypto, NFTs, blockchains, or anything related to art, come hop in the Discord and we'd love to have you. Apollo Art Exchange is a digital art collective seeking to empower and elevate artists across all cultures within the visual metaverse through the use of writing, community, and multi-platform posting. If you'd like to get involved as a community member, please consider checking out our Apollo community tokens to support our work directly, get a chance at your own personal showcases. With that being said, here's a reminder to take it day by day, and we'll see y'all next time.